Better be ready.
All right, we are live.
What's up?
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, we got a bunch of comments in the house already. Hey, Smoking Lead is there. Oh, Mike Ortiz, Adam Wolf. Oh, guys. Oh, yeah, okay. I was getting a bunch of. Oh, we got Lars in the house. He's okay. So let's. All right. Hey, everyone. It is Vic and Caesar and Rob with the Triple Cap Show, and tonight we have a really cool guest. We have none other than Lars Tetens or Tetens. I'm not sure. We'll find out from him. But he is like the official, original Renaissance man. This guy has had his hands in everything. So we're going to bring in Lars right now, and he's got his video sideways.
Oh, do I need to? What do I need to do? This way?
There you go.
There we go.
Now you're upside down.
No,
Okay,
he's good.
No, he's good on ours.
Oh, was he? There he goes. Uh-oh. There he is. Can you guys see him straight up?
Yeah, he's good.
We're good on this end.
All right. But I think we lost your sound, Lars. Can you say something? Uh-oh, no, we can't hear you.
No sound.
Okay, it says you're muted. I think you muted yourself when you went to turn the phone. I can't unmute you. Can I? Can I unmute him?
I don't think so.
No, I can't unmute him.
Click on the audio button.
Yeah, there should be where's it at, guys, on your phone?
It's in the bottom.
Bottom left.
Bottom left, very first one.
Bottom left, first one. Oh yeah, there it is. So you should see a bar with a mic at the bottom.
How about jump out and come back in?
Yeah, we'll drop you out and bring you back in. There we go. So for you guys, he was straight up. But for me, he was upside down.
Yeah, he was
He was
good.
perfect for us.
Well, that's crazy, man. All right. Smoking Ronnie, Andre, how's it going?
Adam, Ronnie, what's up, guys?
Nice to see everyone here.
Daniel
How's it going?
Perry, what's going on?
Thank y'all for stopping by.
What?
All right, I'm excited to talk to Lars because I spent quite a bit of time on on both of his websites, and I thought there should have been a Wikipedia article on him, but there wasn't. The guy, he's done everything, man. Matthew Scaife, what's up, bro?
You're frozen for
Yeah,
some
you're
reason.
frozen on our end.
Oh, I am, huh? What's it did this the other day too. Hold on a sec.
Gotta cause a bit of a.
Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you. Just can't see.
Okay, come on.
What's up, Matt? Matt Scaife. Pete, what's going on, brother?
Add to the stream. Yeah. What is going on? I tried this.
Sorry, guys, for this technical difficulties.
I'm using my new camera and it was working fine all week for other stuff.
We are having a little bit of problem, guys. I believe Vic has been stealing Wi-Fi from McDonald's, and that's why we're having a little bit.
You should have just hardwired.
Or he might be using DSL.
See what we got.
Ron Real, what's up,
Ron
bud?
Real in the house. What's up? What's up? Then we got, let's see, Pete. What's up, Pete?
While we get this situated, guys, what are you guys smoking? Are y'all smoking anything? Well, I'm smoking the King is Dead by what's that?
Caldwell Cigars.
Caldwell, yeah.
Oh,
Caldwell,
your
that's
SS3?
right.
Yeah,
My mind
Caldwell.
went blank.
Adam Wolf is smoking the Drew Estate Norteño.
Oh,
And,
nice.
Ron Real. Ron Real's in the house. We're still waiting for Lars to come back in.
We got the Sobremesa, or how do you say it? Sobremesa?
Sobra Mesa.
Yeah, that one. The Brulee Bordeaux.
And in honor of our guest, guys, I am smoking the Lars Tetens SS. Bring it in there. Which I've had this cigar before several months back. It's a crazy cigar. It's got some crazy flavors.
Man, I really want to try that cigar. I haven't tried that one yet. I've only tried the steampunk.
Password for McDonald's Wi-Fi is get your own Wi-Fi, Vic.
This is your side.
That is awesome.
Where's your other one? I like that one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try this. You know, I got the Zycar lighter. You try this.
That's a good one.
Oh man, this cigar is so crazy, guys. You have to get this cigar and try it. It is just it's bizarre.
Well, I plan to. I 100%. I was gonna get the steampunk and the SS, but whenever I looked, like I said, it was literally just buy a box.
Right.
And but of course now, what are you gonna do?
Cheers. Salud to all you guys out there watching us. My family.
Yeah, see, I know some Spanish.
Mike Ortiz, haven't talked to you in a while, bro. Hope things are good.
Bleacher, how's it going, brother?
Can you tell if all cigars, Lars? No, not all Lars cigars are infused. And as I understand it, he doesn't like to call them infused. He calls them conditioned, which we will we'll find out more about tonight.
Let me find out. We'll see what's going on. All right.
All right. My boy Ron, man, did you see his video the other day on the Davidoff and the Cohiba, the Davidoff late hour on the Cohiba?
I haven't seen it, honestly. Sorry. But no, I haven't seen it. I will watch it though. Eventually.
Oh, man,
whenever I get around to having time.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have to catch up on a bunch of stuff, typically on the weekends.
Oh, I'm behind on so many. It is unreal.
It's fine as long as you don't fall behind on mine.
I'm behind on ours. Because like on our channel, I like to rewatch our videos so I can focus on stuff that, oh, I don't need to say that no more, or I said that way too much, or, you know.
Sure. Wow, this thing is really, it's got like some sort of cayenne pepper or something on it, and my lips are burning, my tongue's burning a little bit. And it's got a sweetness with it. It's just a crazy cigar.
Mm. Hey, on the stickers, man, I'm actually about to start getting those stickers ready to rock and roll, man.
Oh, cool.
I know we were talking about it last time, but I've been looking at certain websites, and there's one that's got them for a good price. They're pretty cool.
Did you get on Sticker Mule's mailing list, like I said?
I did.
Yeah, they'll if you have an account with them, you know, you set up an account stuff, they'll send some pretty good deals out from time to time.
Yeah, I was gonna try to get some from them, but it said on there something about if we order anything right now that it won't get to us for a while because of COVID-19. So I was like, oh, great.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if they're shut down or what.
Did Lars say anything?
Not
has he
yet. I sent him a message. He hasn't replied.
Oh, here he comes. Here
Okay.
he comes. All right, let's add him in the house here.
There
Mr.
we go.
Lars.
All right.
Hey, all right. We got you. Fantastic.
I don't know how that whole thing worked, but
Welcome to the Triple Cap Show. It's very nice to meet you. After boy, you kind of exploded here with the Alec Bradley thing and all that. Suddenly you were everywhere, and then I go to your website and I'm like, wow, this guy's been in the industry forever.
yeah, I have been. I've been in the industry since 1979.
Wow.
I'm going to try to set this up on my tripod.
Okay, so in what capacity since 1979? Because
I started manufacturing cigars back then. I was rolling cigars and had my own little factory back then. And I was also blending for other factories. I blended for other cigar factories.
Really?
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get this stupid thing in here.
No problem. No problem. You're good.
Should be good now. There we go. Good.
All right. Nice.
There we go.
Yeah. And can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Yeah, sounds good. So I'm actually smoking your SS right now, which it's the second time I've smoked this cigar.
I got an SS right here too.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
this is a really interesting cigar. I mean, I live in Arizona and I picked these up at Fox Cigar. I picked up like 3 different sticks, and this was the first one I smoked, and it was so it shocked me when I first put it in my mouth and stuff that I spent most of the time trying to figure out, do I like this cigar? Because I was just trying to. It was so different from anything else, but it's a really good cigar.
That's good.
I had the same experience with the Steampunk when I first started smoking it. I had that review that I did on it, and I was like, man, I think I like this cigar. Do I really like this cigar? I was like, this is good. This is different. It's something I've never had before.
It's a strange thing because the exact same thing you guys are experiencing is exactly what I did too when I first started making them when I was like 15. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I think I like this, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that we're so used to trying different cigars, and we have an idea of what we're going to be getting every time we smoke something, and when you get something totally different, it's like a shock. Like, what am I smoking? What is this? And, am I supposed to like this? Or I'm liking it.
I know, it's a weird thing, right?
So, Lars, when in 1979, were you okay? How did you get into the cigar industry? How did because that's way back so far as domestic culture is concerned with cigars. That's going way back.
Yeah, so I was like 15. I started smoking cigars when I was 9. And I pretty much smoked cigars like every day since I was 9.
Really?
Yeah.
Who introduced you to cigars?
That's a weird story. And I'm not sure if I'm going to tell you exact names, but
okay.
It was back. I'll kind of give you a little history on it. Like when I was a young kid, I was making bags and clothing. Like as a little kid, I started hiring my first 2 sewers to sew for me when I was like 8 years old.
Gee whiz.
A little kid. And I wanted to get into, and I was in upstate New York, I wanted to get into like Troy, Latham, Albany, Boston Spa, Saratoga. And at that time, there was like a group of Mormons that kind of controlled that area. It was kind of like the Mormon Mafia or something. And I had an aunt that was a Mormon. So I went to her and I said, hey, listen, can you introduce me to some of the elders? Because I really want to go ahead and try to get into some of these accounts. And she basically introduced me to a couple of the elders. And they hooked me up with a bunch of accounts in that area. But what was interesting was there was a restaurant out there, and it was called Jack's Oyster House. A bunch of lobbyists used to come there to lobby the Capitol, because that's where the Capitol was in Albany, New York, and it still is. And then they would have like Cuban cigars there. They weren't for sale. You just get one when you had lunch or dinner. And
nice.
The guys decided, all of them smoked cigars, which Mormons aren't supposed to.
Right.
And all of them like drank, which Mormons aren't supposed to. They turned me on to like this Cuban Monte Cristo #2. It was a torpedo. And it was awesome, but they thought I was just going to choke on it and it would be funny.
Right.
But I loved it, and I just started smoking cigars every day.
Wow.
And it just became part of my lifestyle. I tried to get a number of people to teach me how to roll cigars for years. And finally, there was this place called Five Brothers Kenya on 29th Street in Manhattan.
Okay.
And I basically, one of the rollers there, I tried to like get them to teach me how to roll cigars, but I spent about a few months every single day coming in, and I owned another business in New York, in the city. So I had a whole other thing going on.
Okay.
It was a modeling agency and a casting company. And I would go ahead and like go in every day, and I could have hired a cleaner, but I cleaned myself. I cleaned that place spick and span. I cleaned the toilets. I cleaned the room. I brought them food. I did all sorts of shit for them. I massaged their shoulders. I would like fucking really do whatever I could to make these guys like see that I would go ahead and like do anything to learn how to roll cigars. Finally, after a few months of this, one of the rollers started teaching me how to roll cigars. And it just, they didn't want to let me use the tobacco that was their good tobacco for their blend. So any of the reject tobacco that came in, they would give me that to fuck around with and make my own blends and practice rolling cigars.
Okay.
So I ended up rolling cigars out of the fucked up tobacco, and I would make all different kinds of shit. And by the end of a year, they were basically only selling my blends of tobacco, my blends of cigars.
Wow.
And they never knew my name for the first year, maybe even longer. So they just called me White Boy. Hey, White Boy, come do this. White Boy, do that. It was pretty hilarious.
So, speaking of your name, is your last name Tetens or Tetens?
Okay, so I pronounce it regularly Tetens because it's just easier for people to pronounce.
Okay.
But if you were in Europe, it would be pronounced Tetens.
Tetens. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right, that makes sense. Wow. So you don't call your cigars infused. You call them conditioned, right?
Yes.
So what's the story behind that? How did you come about with your unique flavors and blends, and why conditioned?
Well, the actual infusion thing was when Jonathan, Drew, and Marvin were at my house one time, and they were asking like how we're going to talk about your cigars, and I came up with this. I came up with a few different things, and one of them was infusion, because it really was nothing to do with infusion. I don't infuse cigars.
Okay.
But I didn't want to tell people what I do, so I just said, "Oh, infusion. That would be funny." It's not really telling anything about what I'm doing.
Right.
And so they ended up running with it.
That's funny.
So when they started their little brand, it's called Infused. And now it's become a whole thing, Infused Cigars. I was the one thing I didn't like. That was the one thing.
That's crazy.
So it is. does that mean that you were pretty much the first guy doing this?
Oh yeah, I was doing it before anybody.
Wow.
Nobody had done anything even like this. Hey, listen, this is just the players. The real thing that people don't understand about me, and that's like one of the I think is more interesting than this, is that when I was a young kid, they threw out the Herro tobacco.
Really?
Yeah, it was all thrown away. Nobody used that shit.
Wow.
Garbage tobacco. So you could get it free. You could just get it free. You tell them not to throw it away, you'll take it. And I would get huge amounts of Herro, and I would put it in my buds because it's free, and I like to have a stronger cigar. And nobody smoked that. Everybody told me no one's going to smoke a cigar that strong. Nobody. Lars, you're crazy. Don't even do that. Nobody's going to buy a cigar like that. And it took years because, it really wasn't until like the late 90s, early 2000s, people started to buy cigars with Herro. And even at that time, it was just a little bit of Herro. People were like freaking out, oh, it's so strong.
Yeah.
But, that's really, I was the first one to really go into the industry and use Herro.
Wow.
Nobody did. And I used a lot of really natural Maduros. And now, like, the Maduros that they have out there is all painted Maduros. So
yeah, I've come across a lot of stuff over. I've been smoking about 20 years, and I did a video a few months back where I talked about the process of making proper Maduro, and then the tricks that people have done with painting or
baking.
Yeah, all that stuff, and steaming the leaves and all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't like any of that stuff. I think that's just really it's not the right way to do it.
Well, no, and it totally, in my opinion, it defeats the purpose, because the process of fermenting to get a Maduro leaf, you're going to bring out those sugars and stuff, right? You're going to caramelize
sweet chocolatey flavor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it doesn't. That does not happen when you paint a wrapper dark. Look, even the Oscuros that back in my day were like what light Maduro is now. Because it's all whatever it is now. I'm not gonna listen. If people like the taste of paint, that's great. I think that a lot of people like different things. Some people love McDonald's, and even I've eaten a McDonald's burger here and there.
Right.
So I'm not gonna say anything about like what people's tastes are. Everybody's got their own taste, and
sure.
Happy birthday to them.
So Lars, Matthew Scaife, one of our viewers, he's asking how did you get Herro to burn correctly if you were using so much of it? Were you doing puros of Herro, or were you just
no, just a little bit to keep it a little
gotcha
spicy.
Okay. So Cigars was really kind of the well, I mean, you said you had other businesses. I mean, you're like a Renaissance man. You do so much stuff.
I started more in like the I was really starting more doing spices, like seasonings, and chocolate truffles and little chocolate caramels and stuff like that, and pocketbooks and clothing. That was really my main thing I was doing until that was when I was like from 5 years old until I was about 15. That's what I was doing.
That sounds absurd. I'm sorry.
No, it is absurd. Are you kidding
crazy.
me? It's crazy. But look, when we were young, our parents didn't tell us to like. You basically could go out of the house and do whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah,
until it got dark out, and then you came home for dinner.
Yep.
There was no cell phones. Nobody cared. They didn't give, you just did whatever you were doing, and I would make shit, and then I'd go walk around door to door. I lived in Greenwich, Connecticut for a while, and then in upstate New York. But I literally walk around and sell my stuff, like just do it that way.
Yeah.
Bleacher says you're the Doc Emmett Brown of cigars. I don't know who Emmett Brown is.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I'll believe them.
Okay, so guys, you have questions? I don't want to monopolize this
I
discussion.
think you do coffee as well.
Yeah, I do, but I haven't been making the coffee recently. But I am doing hemp, which I think is like really an important thing for the future of medicinal health.
Okay.
I'm doing like a smokable flower CBD stuff with high levels of CBDA and micro doses of THCA, which is still legal in like all 50 states.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And it's really, really good.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. So okay, so that's interesting because I looked at your website, the LarsTetens.com or Tetens.com, and okay, so you've got something on there that looks like it's a hot sauce with CBD. Is that correct?
I absolutely do have a hot sauce with CBD, and it is delicious.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow, that's insane. I never heard of that.
it's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy some of that stuff because I like hot sauce and.
Yeah, you guys got to send me an address, and I'll send you some stuff out, with especially seasonings too. We got the Philly cheesesteak spice. You guys
that.
will love that.
I want to try that because I barbecue a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to see what that'll do.
And I'll send you guys spicy sea salt. That's amazing that I make. And I got, for the people who really like heavy spice, I got this spice called Rage. It's amazing.
Okay. So what do you still do? Because I know you do a lot of stuff. Because I've seen you do like purses and wallets.
I'm still doing all the bags. I'm still doing all that.
I've seen the chocolate. Was it the
truffles?
The truffles. You still doing that?
Yeah, I haven't. I've had to take a little bit of a hiatus from that, only just because. There we go. I don't know how this thing's work. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've had to take a little hiatus from that just because I've had so much work to do on the CBD part of the business.
Okay.
Now I have another question. I know you're in the music industry. You have your own band.
Yeah.
What kind of band is that? I mean, Vic, he plays. Was it the drums, Vic?
I'm a drummer.
And I've been in the music industry for a very long time, maybe 15 years. But I don't play any instruments. I was more of a promoter for music.
Really? So I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been around music for a very long time. I did it for a long time, and I thought I got away from it. It still follows me because I can't get away from it. But now I'm more doing cigars and working with this industry because I love it. But what do you play, and how long have you been doing it?
Okay, so I play guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, that kind of stuff.
Wow, you play everything.
You're one of those guys. I have a buddy named John who does anything he puts his hands to, he does well. And you guys are, and for me, I do a couple things good, but I had to work really, really hard to get good at them. And I look at guys like you and I just say, okay, you guys piss me off. There's no reason for you to have that much talent.
Listen, I don't even think I'm that good at everything. I just like, I like stuff and I'll get into it and kind of like try shit out. I mean, look, I can jam out a song if you guys want me to, whatever you want.
Sure. Let's hear it.
Okay.
That sounds awesome.
We'll get a little live concerto here.
All right. I was gonna say, close-up thing, it's probably a triangle.
I'll probably mess that up.
Hey guys, what's going on? There's some background noise on your end or something, or is there? Oh no, okay. I mean, I'm hearing something, but I can't tell where it's coming from.
I know I'm hearing something too. It's like it's like some kind of staticky thing.
Yeah.
Could be us. You want me to jump out and come back in?
No, I think you're okay.
Oh.
No, that's his guitar. He's lighting up his guitar. This is crazy. We're gonna have.
This is gonna be awesome.
Triple cap, man. Woo! You didn't do this on Kevin's show, I don't believe, or on the Zeal Cigar show. Only on ours, man.
That's right. All right, let's see here. Can you guys hear it?
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect.
First we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. First we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. First we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. Yeah, first we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. Out in the fucking line, you're bopping on the top. Put your legs on my shoulders, then you're gonna pop. I keep you pumping till you never wanna stop. Then we pump a face up, the beat. Yeah, first we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. First we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. First we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. Yeah, first we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. Into the living room, I took you to the air. Bend you over the back and turn that pussy out. Beating back, wipe my ass with my sleeve. First we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. First we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. First we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. Yeah, first we're gonna dip, then we're gonna smash. Never let the ass keep it going till yeah. Leaves here talking while I hit that hay. Then pull off the couch and lay the in a day. Yeah, first we gonna dip, then we gonna smash. First we gonna dip, then we gonna smash. Yeah, we gonna dip, then we gonna smash. Yeah, first we gonna smash. First we gonna dip, then we gonna smash. First we gonna dip, then we gonna smash. Yeah, first we gonna dip, then we gonna smash.
Okay,
nice.
I'm gonna take a guess here. I'm guessing that was about a one-on-one basketball game.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Nice.
All right, so a little ditty.
So how long have you been playing?
Oh shit, I've been playing a while. And you know, I produce a lot of music, so I'm always working on stuff. And I have artists that I work with.
Okay, like a recording artist that you produce their stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm working with this artist, Alessandra, right now. She's like kind of a hip hop artist.
Okay.
She's really good. And then I'm going to be putting some tracks together with my girlfriend. She's on like some of my tracks. Lindy.
Okay. I've only heard. Let's see. Work. I've heard Work.
Oh yeah, good.
And there was one other song I heard somewhere. And I looked around the web a little bit. There was only 2 songs that I found.
Did you listen to Cowboy Life?
I heard
Cowboy Life. Cowboy Life.
That
was the other one.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend singing on it with me.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I have a few other ones that we're going to be releasing soon. And then I have some beats that I've been working on for her, some of her new songs. So it's going to be pretty interesting.
So how are things going with Alec Bradley and with that whole partnership?
Well, you know, all that stuff is great. You know, we're gonna. I mean, you know, obviously with the coronavirus stuff happening, there's a lot of navigating, you know, and restructuring how business is going to be done and stuff. And I basically let the business part to Alan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, are you coming out with something with another new cigar anytime soon?
I'm not sure if we're going to release anything new until after this thing's happened. The Corona stuff has gone close. I can't remember.
He says this guy's more interesting than the Dos Equis dude.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So you have well, from what I saw on your website, it looks like you have 12 different lines right now of cigars. Do you have more than that, or?
Oh yeah, I have over 50 different lines.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow! Yeah, what they're going to release? It really, like, if you look through the history of my lines, it's probably over 200. But
really,
for the time that that we have, where the FDA has to have in 2007 that
right.
like window,
yep.
I think that there's well over 50, maybe over 100 lines at that time.
Gee whiz!
Wow.
Now, do you do? Well, yeah, you do stuff. The steampunk, that's a traditional cigar, right? That one's not infused or conditioned.
It's a little conditioned, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I really want to try that SS you're smoking, man. I want to see what that spiciness is about.
The SS is just awesome.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. It's I like it. This is one that I could smoke over and over again, and it's
awesome.
Aside from that flavor that's on it, the tobacco is really good too. It really has a good. It's got a creaminess to it. It's got a little bit of a punch to it, but not much. It's just an awesome cigar.
I don't like the conditioning process to overtake the blend.
Sure.
I want you to still be able to taste the blend with the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's what I got. I mean, whenever I was smoking, I had totally forgot that it was conditioned, but it had a really good flavor. And the whole time in the review, I totally forgot to even mention it because it tasted good. I'm used to, when I was smoking infused, it's like overly infused, and you can taste mainly that before you even taste the tobacco. And that one was more, you get more of the tobacco, but you still get something different out of it. And I guess that's what kind of made me almost forget that it was that it had different flavor.
Yeah, I like that. I'm glad that you noticed that, because that's more important to me, to have like something that's you can still taste the blend. It's not just overly saturated with some kind of crazy flavors.
So if you can't talk about this, that's fine. Just tell us. But does the conditioning process, does that happen after the cigars are rolled, or is it part of the tobacco process?
It's complicated. There's many steps. There's a lot of moving parts in this, so it's not that simple.
Gotcha.
And anybody who worked on it knows that people don't realize how complicated it really is. Like, unless you're right there with me seeing what I'm doing, it's really hard to understand how it's processed. I mean, nobody else in the world is doing anything like this.
Yeah.
So do other companies in the market sort of mimic what you do, or is your process completely different from theirs?
It's completely different. Lots of people try to mimic, but it's not.
Wow, that's crazy. That's really cool.
And they don't know how to do it.
Now, another question, Lars, on your purses, I noticed that, they're all leather. What kind of leather do you use? And do you do other things besides purses with leather? Because I love leather. Here in Texas, a lot of us use a lot of leather on certain things, like, I don't know, like gun holsters.
Sure. I haven't really gotten into the gun holster thing, because there's so many people out there who do it so well, and I kind of like I like a gun holster with the the magnet and that like composite plastic ones. I think those are even better than the leather ones. But
Kydex.
Yeah, I like those better. but I don't really. I started out doing a lot of saddles back when I was young.
Oh, okay.
Because we had a lot of horses, and I was really fascinated on how to make a saddle. And if you notice, a lot of the hardware are really from equestrian hardware from saddles on my bags. Because I love that stuff, and it's durable, and it's really it's really beautiful. And I've been making bags for so long. It's crazy. I got into that whole thing because my sisters like kind of wanted me to make bags and clothing for their Barbie dolls. And
That's cool.
you know, they basically came to me and were like, "Hey, Lars, make us clothes and bags for our Barbie dolls," because we live in Greenwich, Connecticut. You know, every little girl had everything you could get in that. So I basically just, you know, I have 4 sisters. Do what they tell me. The best way to keep a woman happy.
Yeah. Nice.
Agree with them and apologize.
That's it.
That's true. Yeah. Bleacher mentions how cool your boxes are. Same thing with your bands. Your bands are just very unique with your pictures and stuff. But I like the history. Like let's see here. In this picture here.
Yeah, I was probably in my early 20s there.
Early 20s. Wow.
And I had short dreadlocks.
Oh, wow. You had dreads. Wow.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen like, I don't know, 100 different pictures of you online, and on all of them, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the same guy. I'm bouncing around trying to. Your look has changed so dramatically so many times.
I know, but I kind of always wore cowboy hats just because I'm used to it. And I like, there's a lot of purpose that I use it as a functional tool for myself in lots of different things I do. So, of course, you know, just being in the weather with rain or snow or whatever, these are great. Driving, it's great. And sometimes we'll wear baseball caps, but I just like being able to have the brim to be able to really block sun when I'm driving. And then also when I'm tasting tobacco or I'm trying out blends, if I put my hat down a little bit, it holds the smoke right here really good.
Oh, cool.
And so I can really catch flavors and smoke combinations really well with it. And the same thing when I'm cooking. I love cooking. I do it all the time. And I owned a number of restaurants back when I was younger. I like to be able to have that flavor and the smell right here so I can really see what I'm doing. And the cowboy hat helps with that. I like it.
That's cool. That's very cool. I normally have a really cool leather cowboy hat that I wear a lot. I got it on my 11th anniversary with my wife.
Oh, nice.
I had been looking forever for just the right hat, and on our 11th anniversary, we went into this tack place that did all kinds of stuff, and I spotted this hat, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to have that. So I usually wear that, except for I kind of mix it up on video because High Desert Man is my company, and so I try to promote the company a little and stuff as well.
Very cool. I like that.
I'm strictly ball caps.
I like baseball caps too. You've seen my baseball cap, right? The struggle is real.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I wear cowboy hats a lot. So that I wear a mixture of cowboy hats and ball caps, depending on what I'm doing. But I got a few cowboy hats that I wear.
Caesar looks good in a cowboy hat.
Very nice.
So speaking of sort of taglines and stuff, let's see if I can get this. Viva ad lucem. What's that means? Of the light. It's how did you come up? How did you come up with that?
Going to private school.
Okay. Cool.
That was like mandatory, and like I went to some public school and some private school. I was basically kicked out of all my private schools. Yeah. And
sounds like I was in public school.
But the public school, I was able to stay in. Like, I left school in 10th grade right after a football awards banquet.
Okay.
I played football. I loved football. That was a good time in school, and track. I tried to play basketball, but my own teammates laughed me off the tryouts. I was so bad at dribbling; it was not even funny. I couldn't do it.
No, basketball ain't my thing either. There ain't no way.
Yeah, I always wanted to play basketball so badly, and I was just terrible. So
I'm horrible. I stick strictly just football. I
love football.
I didn't get around to playing it, but I wanted to play baseball. But.
I played baseball just in the neighborhood baseball, which I thought was awesome. I love playing neighborhood baseball. What position did you play in football?
Me, I was defensive line.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I was the water boy.
Like an inside linebacker.
Water boy.
I was the water boy.
Yeah, I was never a team sports guy. Well, I played soccer quite a bit when I was a kid, but
that's what I played. Baseball and soccer.
But I was
Soccer's
mostly
awesome.
like track and field, cross country, and then later on I got into motocross. I was really heavy into motocross for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
The cigar is smoking just great.
Thank you so much.
I'm surprised. I'm having a little problem with the wrapper, which I'm surprised because it was at 65%, but it's not affecting the draw. This thing's just bellowing out smoke. I'm getting so much smoke. The draw is absolutely perfect on it.
Thank you.
Making me jealous.
Well, send me addresses, and I'll send you guys some stuff out.
We will for sure. That would be very generous of you for sure.
Yeah, when I tried the steampunk, it wasn't something that I found here. It was something that a subscriber from my channel sent me out of the blue. He was just like, "Hey man, I'm at a shop. I want to send you a cigar to review or just to have." I was like, "Okay, well, what's there?" Because I want to know. He was like, and he told me about your cigar. I was like, "Send me that one. I've never seen that one. I've never had it, and I want to review it." And he's like, "All right." I told him just pick any cigar that says Lars Tetens, and I'll do it. And he's like, "All right." And he sent me the steampunk. So I was like, "Cool, man." But,
nice. Well, yeah, I'll send you some stuff. I'll send you a little mix of stuff.
Now you've got some darker like Maduros and stuff as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw
the Serie D, the Sun Puka, the Churchill, that kind of stuff.
Okay. I haven't seen them anywhere. The shops that I know in Arizona that are carrying your stuff seem to carry most of the lighter stuff. So I haven't added.
How about Cigar King?
I haven't. I haven't been to Cigar King in probably a year or so. So I don't know if they have them out.
They carry everything.
Really? Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's a cool shop. I like
the thing down here. I don't think anyone carries.
Nobody here in Houston or around Houston carries it that we know of.
One of my top selling stores in the country back in the day was Richmond Avenue.
It was where?
Richmond Avenue in Houston.
Oh yeah. I know exactly where it's at. I used to go party over there all the time.
Yeah, those guys did huge numbers.
They still do, but now they're on the next street over called Westheimer, and there's tons of cigar shops on that road.
I got you.
Now Richmond is more of a. Well, at one point, whenever I was going there, it was a club place where the whole strip was clubs left and right, and then after a while, it started dying down. But now the next street over, which is Westheimer, has got all the shops, like real nice restaurants, expensive stores and cigar shops, and it's a lot nicer. It's more like a higher class, and that's where you find all the cigar shops and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I love Houston. I had a good time out down there. I think the green room isn't even open anymore, right?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, the green room closed down, but I remember going to the green room. There was a whole bunch of nightclubs I went to down there that were pretty badass.
Yeah, that was the spot, man.
Yeah. And then I did some radio shows down there that I thought were pretty cool.
Really?
And they had me playing guitar and singing like the whole time. It's pretty funny.
Hey Lars, so you were in Arizona not too long back at Zeal Cigars, weren't you?
I love Zeal Cigars. Brad is awesome.
Brad is awesome. So how much of your stuff does he carry?
He carries a really pretty good selection of my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I would check in with them to see any of the darker stuff. He probably has some Fucats. I would try that, and some Series Ds. I would definitely try that over Brad's.
Okay.
His whole family are super cool. I love those guys.
Brad is top notch. Brad and I are good friends. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, I love him. I love his sister, his mom and dad. They're just like great people. Really, really great people.
Well, shoot, man. Next time I'm about 3 hours outside of Phoenix. I live in Central Arizona, but I travel a lot, so I'm in Phoenix all the time for travel. So next time I bounce down that way to hit the airport, I'll stop by Brad's and pick up some more stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And I would. The next time when I come out to Arizona, I'd love to hang out.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
I think after this whole thing gets a little bit eased up, I'm going to probably start to travel again. So
okay. So before all this started, were you traveling quite a bit, promoting the brand and stuff?
I did a good amount last year. Yeah.
Okay.
And then when this whole thing went down, it's listen, in November, my lawyer's wife is a pretty big shot doctor in Manhattan, and she was already telling me that there were the coronavirus thing was hitting in New York City, and that was in November last year.
Wow. Yeah.
And then my sister Alicia, who lives in Hong Kong, she told me, that the government was like trying to keep it on the low about the whole thing. So, be careful. She told me don't go into any major cities where there's a lot of travel coming in there. And that was around November too. And so I just went for Thanksgiving with my family, and then I go back and forth again. And I stayed out of New York and New Jersey. I went to New Jersey to hang out with my buddy Sanj. She has a great cigar shop out there. That was pretty much the only person I went to see. And then I just stayed away from those areas. And Sanj sells my CBD stuff at his place too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So do you have your CBD stuff in a number of cigar shops as well, or is it kind of more isolated?
Yeah, no, I have it in some cigar shops too. I'm not sure exactly all of them, but we're going to be putting them out in a lot of cigar shops over this next year.
So what can you tell me about, I know nothing about CBD and this whole thing that's sort of.
Let me tell you. CBD is I think it's a really essential thing for health. And I've been taking the drops, like droppers of CBD for the last 6 years. And for the last a little over 10 years, I've had very severe neuropathy in my feet and my hands.
Okay.
Like excruciating pain, and I don't take any pain medication. And they wanted me to go on gabapentin. I didn't take that either. I don't like taking any of that stuff.
Sure.
But I changed up my diet, and then also I started smoking CBD about a year ago. And all my, I don't know why I didn't smoke it sooner, because I was just taking the drops. But once I started smoking it on a daily basis, there was a drastic improvement on the neuropathy, to the point where right now I don't have really any more neuropathic pain in my feet or my hands.
Wow.
When I went to test it, when I went to the neurologist to test this thing with my neuropathy from my it was all the way up the top part of my shin, almost to my knee. And when he tested, there was no more neuropathy there. It was only a little bit on the bottom of my left foot and a little bit on the bottom of my right. So
Wow.
the main thing that I changed during that year was smoking CBD with a large amount of CBD-A and a microdose of THC-A. And that's like the secret little thing that really makes it work.
You say smoking. How were you smoking it?
Like you make a little cone or a joint.
Oh, okay. Just smoking marijuana or
well, it's not marijuana. The difference is, listen, it's all hemp, but cannabis has a high level of THC. Okay. You really don't want that high level of THC. You want a very low level. It should be THCA for medicinal purposes. Okay. And you want a high level of CBDA and CBD, and that'll help you sleep too. But if you want to, like, let's say you want to get some, you want to be awake, alert, whatever, and you want to smoke it during the day for a while, you want a little bit larger dose of CBDG, and that'll keep you awake and alert, and it's kind of like a more active smokable flower.
Interesting. So I have a buddy down in the valley who has had very bad condition with Crohn's disease for many years, and he started doing edibles and smoking some pot and doing just a mix of stuff. He was trying to figure out what worked for him, but he cleared his Crohn's up. I mean, to a point where we were able to go. We went on a 4-day camping trip. We were really isolated. We weren't near any buildings or anything at all. And he went the whole weekend without having any flare-ups, any problems or anything like that. And that's really kind of what sold me on this whole medicinal marijuana and CBD and all this stuff coming about. I was like, okay, there's something to this, because he had a bad condition.
Yeah. Right. I think that it's really important for medicinal health. And, you know, when I was a young kid, I smoked weed a little bit here and there. I never drank. I mean, literally, maybe in a whole year, I'll have a drink 2 or 3 times in a year. But I really don't drink alcohol. And I was never into drugs. So for me, even when I started doing the CBD, I was doing it droppers. I was thinking, I must have had that brainwashing thing still from smoking it. And it's funny because I smoke cigars all the time, but I never smoked cigarettes. So inhaling it was like something I was kind of nervous about. And once I started smoking it, I was like, yeah, it is amazing. It really is amazing.
Yeah, that stuff does work really good, because my wife, she actually right here at our cigar shop, he sells, it's kind of like lotion, but it's got the CBD in it. And every time I have my back is, a lot of the times, I mean, I'm down for the count. And she'll rub it on there, and I'm good within an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, this stuff really does work really well.
That's crazy. That is crazy, man.
I've never tried.
I will send you guys some CBD flower. I'll send it to you. And you guys send me address, I'll send you guys out CBD flower.
Yeah, I've never tried any of the CBD unless I smoked it. It was actually marijuana. But
no, I mean, look, some marijuana will have like medicinal things. Like I'm going to probably be doing a project in California where I'm going to do some THC marijuana. So, you know, but it will still have a high level of CBD, CBDA in it, and THCA. So I'm actually going to be making it in like Cigars, so it's going to look almost like a cigar.
Yeah,
but it's going to be all.
And don't get me wrong. It's not that I haven't tried it just because of the fact that I did smoke when I was younger, and marijuana. So I try to stay away from anything that has to do with that, because I don't do it. I haven't done it in a long time, and It's just something I'm like, nah, I know where it comes from, but I've heard a lot of people tell me a lot of good things, and these are people that don't smoke marijuana or never have, and that I do this stuff works. It helps me out, like he's saying, his back.
I'll say honestly,
sleeping.
Honestly, kid you not, right here at the corner store, they sell CBD gummies. I kid you not. I tried it, yes, and it put me to sleep.
Really?
That's all sleep I have had in ages.
That's awesome. Yeah, it really does help with sleep. So if you're going to smoke marijuana with THC in it, it actually isn't good for you to smoke it at night. It messes up your sleep cycles. So smoking CBD is much better for nighttime, for going to sleep, for insomnia, any of that kind of stuff, and for pain. But I don't recommend anybody smoke. And if you're going to go to sleep at a reasonable hour, I don't think you should smoke after like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's just my own opinion. Whatever, people can do with it whatever they want. It messes up sleep cycles.
Gotcha. So when you say CBD flower, you mean a flower like a baking flour, or are you talking about something else?
No. It looks like weed. It looks like marijuana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. I don't know this stuff very well, so I'm sorry if I'm asking dumb questions.
No. There is no dumb questions. I'm glad you're asking, because I'm sure a lot of other people out there don't know about it either.
I never heard about that.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So it looks like weed, but it's not. It doesn't have a high level of THC.
Huh. So how would we use that flour on what, or do we just roll it up, let it dry?
You just do it like a cone.
Like
do you want me to show you?
Yeah. Yes, please.
I can do it right now. Hang on one second. Just down.
Oh, Adam Stevens says he smokes it out of a pipe from time to time. Helps with stress and helps me sleep.
What's up, Adam?
Okay, so I'll show you basically what it looks like, and so I have it in these they're in these containers. This thing right here.
Okay.
This is my New York Nugs.
New York Nugs.
Lindy's Nugs, which is my girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay.
And so here's just the raw flour that I have that we're going to roll up into a cone, and I have the raw organic cones.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's crazy. Where do you get those?
You get it pretty much at any of those, like a smoke shop.
Yeah, Pup and stuff has them.
Okay.
And so here, let me just show you kind of what it looks like. So it looks just like this.
Oh, it's like a pre-rolled joint, like you said. It's
that's exactly right. And then you kind of just put it into this and kind of like you stuff it. So I'm going to show you basically. I'm going to stuff this, and then and you use a grinder. You'll want to use a grinder to grind it up so that it's easy to put in the cone.
So one of our guys is asking. He says we get a random test at work for his CDL license. Will this pop on a piss test?
No, it won't. It 100% will not.
Really?
That's what's so good about it. But if let's say if you're doing the droppers, it still has a small amount. But if you do too much of the droppers, it will show up in a piss test.
So in the piss test, they're looking for THC, yes or?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Okay, gotcha.
I have friends of mine that are truck drivers too, and they don't go ahead and they were doing the drops, and I kept telling them just smoke the CBD, don't do the drops. And one of them was doing way too much of the droppers, and he tested hot.
Ronnie. Did you see Ronnie's post?
No, what is
it? Smoking Ronnie.
What'd he say? Where's it at?
Right before Adam.
Right before Adams. Let me find it here. All I have is ha. What did he say? Tim Allen,
Ronnie said, I only smoke pot whenever I need it.
Oh yeah, that was
I
a
need it
little
a
bit
lot.
That's like the medical marijuana. You go to the doctor to go ahead and get a medical marijuana card. And you tell the doctor, yeah, I'm very sick. And he's like, oh, how are you sick? I'm sick of not getting high. So what I do, and this is something I think you guys should try. So the little filter area of the cone, it's like round, but what I do is I kind of flatten it out.
Okay.
Like this, and that way nothing comes into the mouth like that. So I make it a little flat. And then
I smoked that cigar of yours down to a nub. I was burning my fingers. That I'm going to light up something else now. That was a good cigar.
Thank you so much.
Right now, guys, I'm going to light up the Diesel PX Sherry Cask. I love this stick. This is a great cigar.
Yeah, you sent me one of those. I still need to review it.
Yeah, this is a cool smoke. I've got a buddy up in.
What cool smoke is this one?
So how tight do you pack that? Is it?
It's pretty good.
So okay.
It's huge.
Oh man, that's huge.
Like this. You gotta, well, I guess the way it's not long, but it's.
Gee whiz. So, Lars, is that? Do you pack it in there pretty tight, or is it just kind of dumped in loosely? Or
no, I pack it in pretty tight. There's a little plunger thing that you can push it down with. It's in the package
of those cones.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that to get the benefits from it and stuff, you're inhaling it.
Yeah, you have to inhale it for sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I got virgin lungs.
I drilled a little.
Yeah. It's good stuff, though.
And so, how often do you use that stuff?
Daily.
Really?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, I've got a buddy up in Spokane, Washington, who has I don't remember what type of arthritis it is, but he's my age, and he's got really bad arthritis through his whole body, and his wife makes these cookies, edible cookies out of.
Puff up, give.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't hold it that long. You gotta pass it. You gotta pass it around. Oh my God! You get in trouble.
Daily, he says. This is what I would be like if I was smoking one.
Now, since you're smoking it, I see, of course you're smoking it. Does it smell like marijuana when you're smoking it? Okay,
yeah,
so
100%.
So I gotta be careful when I smoke.
It's legal.
It's legal?
Yeah, you can walk down the street and smoke this. It's legal.
But that's that's on a condition of the state, right? Or is that legal in all states?
It's legal in all 50 states.
Really?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Now, do you have to have the medical card with that, or is it just?
Not at all.
Huh?
Listen, they sell it in gas stations.
Yeah,
Really?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Literally, the corner store right here has from CBD gummy bears to gummy worms to all this stuff with CBD in it, dude.
Tim Allen says, "Don't bogart it. Just pass it around."
That's awesome, man. That's
It's so good. It's just great. And the flavor of my lines are great. The strands that I use are just great.
So do you condition those as well, or is it just straight whatever you're using?
It's just straight.
Okay.
I've always loved the taste of hemp. You know, back in the day when people smoked marijuana when I was young, it was very low levels of THC. Now they've made it into like this THC Olympics.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy how it's taken off, and it's a extremely not just competitive market, but it's if you want to do like legal grows and stuff, it's extremely what do they call that?
Very bitter.
It's controlled. It's extremely controlled. I've watched some shows on Netflix on people that are trying to grow legally, like in California and stuff, and all the paperwork they have to go through and the licensing and all that stuff. It's insane.
Yes, absolutely. That's a big percentage of your cost is just the paperwork that goes behind all of this, keeping everything up to date and legal and all that.
Yeah, they were going to figure out how to get their money out of it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
100%. But I think it's a good thing. I think it's good. It brings in good money into your state.
That's gross.
Look at what Colorado and California, the kind of money they're bringing into the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and, you know, the other interesting thing, something I haven't done yet, but I'm not opposed to it. In fact, I know in the future I'm gonna end up trying it. They've legalized mushrooms in Colorado.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, it's going to be legalized in California soon.
Really?
So the same thing when I say microdose of THC, you do a microdose of the mushroom, and you don't get high at all. It's such a small amount you don't get high. If you actually do too much where you get high, it doesn't have the same medicinal effect. So you have to do a microdose of it, and it builds new nerve connections. And one of the things I've been hearing about, and I never tried it, and now I've been smoking the CBD, so I really don't have any more neuropathic pain anymore. But one of the things that it's supposed to help with is the neuropathy and also Alzheimer's, because it builds new nerve connections in the brain.
And
does it also work with people that have like high anxiety? When they get like anxiety?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
The CBD does too, but people have high anxiety. It's that microdose. It's really important. It's not about partying or getting high or any of that kind of stuff. It's really just about building nerve connections.
Yeah.
What's it saying? Oh, Joe Rogan had a good episode. Yes.
Yeah.
With the mushroom guy. Yes, that's exactly right. Paul something. Paul starts with an S, I think, at the end.
Yeah.
Everybody should watch that show. That's really an important show. And the other Joe Rogan one, I'll tell you, really is important. It changed my life. Was about sleep. Joe Rogan did a whole thing about sleeping, with this sleep expert, and that really did change my life a lot. And just understanding how, how important it is to go through all the sleep cycles and get a proper amount of sleep.
So with the mushrooms, I'm just speculating that it has something to do with that. What do they call it? That psychotic element, or not psychotic? Psilocybin. And that's what produces new nerve endings and stuff.
I'm not really sure. Listen, I'm not a gynecologist. I don't know all those technical things. but I do know that it's reported as like really being medicinal, building new nerve connections. I talked to a bunch of people who were doing it, and they all said that it works unbelievably well.
Hey, it's better than being a pediatric gynecologist. Let me tell you that.
That's right.
That was from
Yeah, I'm not good at doing animal physics either. Yeah, this
wow.
is,
I can't believe how much I've learned already. I mean, I've just secondhand, I've been witness to how this has changed the lives of very dear friends of mine, and enabled them to be able to sleep at night, enable them to be able to go out and do stuff and whatever. I grew up, I'm a Christian, and I grew up in that, that everyone always talked about the gateway drug and all this stuff, and they put that fear in you. But it was really when I started smoking cigars, because I've never done drugs, I've never drank, I never smoked, never did anything. But when I got into cigars, the reason why I continued doing it was my first cigar was really bad, but I did notice that I was able to relax and just enjoy the moment. And I like how you talk about that a lot on your website about, anticipating the cigar and focusing on it and just enjoying that moment and stuff. And, the marijuana and hemp and stuff, these are natural products.
absolutely.
It seems to me that you can do good with them just like you can with tobacco or anything else.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't get carried away with it, I think it can really be a great tool for your health.
Oh, yeah, my grandfather uses CBD too, and he had it was a softball size tumor in his brain.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And wow. I mean, partial removed, everything like that. But ever since then, he's been using the CBD drops, and it's helped him tremendously.
So the CBD drops for me, it helped me relax. It helped me with sleeping, although I've never really had any insomnia, but it just slept better. But it just was a game changer when I started smoking it. It changed. I don't know why that is, but the effect is really different.
I have no clue.
Huh. Gosh, that's crazy.
So I'm going to send you guys some stuff out and just try it. You'll be really surprised.
Yeah, I'm actually.
I'm going to try it.
I'm actually interested. I'm excited to get a care package from you and check
you'll
it
have
out.
One for sure.
YOLO. You only live once.
That's right.
So let's see. So I saw the CBD drops. The hot sauce really grabbed my attention. I thought that looked really
hot
cool.
Hot sauce is so good.
Is that hot sauce? Is that the one that I've seen? One, it was like pineapple habanero.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I do a pineapple habanero.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, I seen it. I was like, oh my gosh.
And then it's the tropical heat that's got the CBD in it.
What? Tropical heat.
Yep.
Oh, tropical heat. Oh.
So how many different hot sauces do you have?
Oh my God. I got so many hot sauces and barbecue sauces and mustards. It's crazy. Like,
oh, you've got mustard and stuff as well.
What? Yeah.
I even saw marmalade.
Yep, I do make marmalade. I make it the old traditional style, like the English style, where you make it in a single container, small batch. It's really crazy.
Now, is there something that you're working on that we don't know about? Something new?
Let's see.
It's Lars Tetens, man. He's got all kinds of stuff going on.
And that's why I'm asking.
Well, okay, so I'm probably, I'm going to be going out and doing music a little bit more. And I have a few artists that I'm going to be working with who will all be performing and doing shows. And My girlfriend and I are about to start working on writing a book together.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Sort of
Listen, she was a big part of this whole company. She was the one who really financed the beginning of this CBD company, and was like, she's a full partner with me in my stuff. It's my leather business, and with CBD business, and all that. She's really been like a powerhouse there.
So how did you guys meet?
Through her parents. Her parents were friends of mine, and they wanted to introduce me to her. We were friends for a long time.
Okay.
And we just used to talk about, we used to talk like every day together, like about physics and mathematics and history and stuff like that. So that was kind of like a thing. We were both interested in the same stuff.
Yeah.
And then it just grew from there over a long period of time.
That's cool.
How long have you guys been together?
Well, I've known her for about 9 years. We recently officially got together.
Ouch.
In the last couple of years.
I just grabbed the wrong end of my cigar.
Sorry about that. In the last couple of years.
Bleacher's got a good idea for you, Vic, on your next show on your High Desert Man channel.
I saw that.
What was it?
Bleacher says, yeah, I'm a big coffee guy. I've got a really fancy coffee setup in my house and stuff. And I do a series called Care to Pair, where I do different coffees, different methods of making coffee, all that kind of stuff, and I pair it with a cigar. And he's saying I'll do a Care to Pair Chronic Edition.
I love that. That's great. And they, do you ever do the Turkish coffee where you?
So I'm planning a Care to Pair with Turkish coffee. I don't have the little Turkish pot yet for making it, but I've had Turkish coffee before. Like I said, I'm probably actually into coffee more than I'm into cigars, which is insane because I'm a big cigar fan. But yeah, I do all kinds of stuff in my Care to Pair series, and just try to introduce people to the world of not even necessarily high-end coffee, but just making coffee correctly, and how to enjoy coffee.
So if you don't have that little pot, you can just literally. I mean, they do this in Turkey all the time, and in the Middle East too, where they just take very, very finely ground coffee grinds and throw it into the cup, and then just pour the hot water in. That's basically that and sugar. I use stevia, but that and sugar is basically what it is. And then you let that sit for a while, and it's about that much of like sludge, coffee sludge.
Right.
And you just don't drink down to that part, but you drink the top part, and it's great. And that's really a good traditional kind of a good Turkish coffee. I love Turkish coffee too. It's great.
You said you mix it with stevia?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually grow stevia and use my own stevia that I grow.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, my
girlfriend,
Mom, she grows stevia all the time too. She put it in our drinks and everything like that. I make whipped cream with just stevia leaves.
Oh, nice, nice. That's awesome.
Cream, just heavy cream, a little vanilla, a little cinnamon, and stevia leaves. It's just awesome, and it sweetens it like incredible, and it looks beautiful. Tastes great. And you could take like things of seltzer, take 2 or 3 leaves off the stevia plant, crush it into your bottle of seltzer, just leave it in there, and it sweetens it like it's amazing. And there's no carbohydrates. It doesn't turn into glucose. So you got no glucose in your bloodstream. And that's really something I think that a lot of people don't realize, that we really can't metabolize very much sugar. Our bodies can't do that. And we just eat way too much sugar in this country. It's crazy. And you can do it. You can change a lot lower carbohydrates because it doesn't matter whether you're eating a spoon of sugar or a bowl of pasta or some high carb vegetable like potato. It all turns to glucose in your bloodstream, and then it doesn't really help. It isn't very helpful for the kidney and liver to work. And if the kidney and liver doesn't work properly and it can't function properly, that changes your whole body, even your mood, even getting like depression. So, I mean, it can really change your whole vibe, not being able to process all the sugar out of your body.
So I raise goats for meat and dairy.
Awesome.
And I use my goat milk to I make all my own creamers and stuff. But I never even thought of using stevia in it before. I'm absolutely going to do that. And
it's so good.
That sounds good. Awesome.
Yeah, I grew up drinking goat milk because we had goats. So it was goat milk, making goat milk cheese. I learned how to make goat milk brie. That's the best. There's no better brie than with goat milk, man. That's the best.
I can't go back. We started drinking goat milk about 3 years ago now, and my goat started to dry up, and we were getting really low on milk. So I went to the store, and I bought a couple gallons of good organic cow milk, and then we put them in the freezer because she picked back up. And so they were sitting in the freezer for about 2 years. And my wife took them out here a couple of weeks ago to thaw them out to make some room in the freezer. And I had to choke that milk down. I couldn't drink it. I've gotten totally spoiled on my goat milk.
Well, the proteins are a lot smaller in goat milk, so you can digest it and take on all the nutritional value of it, because the proteins are so much smaller in goat milk than in cow milk.
And it's got a natural sweetness to it that is amazing. It is so sweet
and
just by itself.
You have a lot of flowers and sweetgrass around your property.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to do that. You know, it's such a funny thing, but the goats, like when I have contracts with the Amish farms around here where I buy up all their goat milk for my goat milk free.
Oh, cool.
And so it really is amazing. You can taste the difference. Well, I only get the goat milk from the goats that are going up the hills, up and down the hills, because there's a different kind of grass that grows in there, makes it sweeter. And they have the little purple flowers and a couple of other different flowers they eat, which make a little bit more sweetness in it and a lot more flavor. But if they're just like in a pen where it's flat ground, it's not as good as goat milk. I love the ones that are on the hills and the grasses that grow there and the flowers that it makes the goat milk so tasty.
Never had it.
I've never had it either.
Oh, you guys, you're missing out. But here's the interesting thing. When we were before we started drinking natural goat milk, we just wanted to try it out, and I went to either Whole Foods or Sprouts or something like that, and I bought some organic goat's milk, and what do they do with milk?
Pasteurize the fuck out of it so it doesn't taste good anymore.
Oh my gosh, it tasted so nasty. I was like, there's no way I can drink this. It's nasty. But then,
brother, I am so with you.
Yeah. I went down to my neighbor's. My neighbor raised goats, and he said, no, you got to try this stuff. So he gave me a glass of that, and I was like, if this is what it really tastes like, I'm hooked. This stuff is awesome. So we've always kind of free ranged our goats a little bit, but the last couple months we've been letting them we let them out all day long, and they range all over the property.
Oh, that's awesome.
We've noticed that the production has gone up, and the milk tastes better. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is, and it's cool because you can really taste the difference. And it's strange. Like most people, their taste buds, they're tasting so much artificial stuff now. It's like little kids, if they eat a banana and then they eat a banana chew thing, it's not the same flavor. Banana doesn't taste like that sweet banana chew,
Exactly.
whatever the heck that is, and they don't even think it tastes like a real banana.
Only
That's
other
absolutely
milk.
true.
Only other milk I've ever had is a mother's milk.
Happy birthday!
You never had mother's milk? Come on, man.
I was raised with regular cow milk.
Okay.
No, I never.
Dude, we all had mother's milk. We all had mother's milk at some point, man.
No, my mother told me that she never did. That I didn't like
Really?
it, so they had to feed me right away regular cow milk since I was from when I was a baby.
I tried it whenever I had a kid.
Wow,
never-
that's really interesting.
I've never.
Because
Wait
I
a
was,
minute,
I was
Rob,
curious what it tasted like. So, I mean,
Oh, you talking about odor?
yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, have
So
you
what-
had it? So, I mean, you don't know.
What did it taste like? What did it taste like? It's
It's
sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
It's like really
I've
sweet.
I haven't had it, since I was a baby, but that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is. That's really cool.
I like the teeth.
She should eat a lot of stevia leaves. I think it'll work.
There you go.
Stevia is awesome, man. Just natural. I mean, the processed stevia
Looking
you
at
buy
me
in
like
the store,
that.
it's not the same thing. It's when you have the natural plant, we dry ours out and then I just put the natural plant into whatever, my coffee, my cereal, whatever. It's so much better.
Yeah, it really is.
I just hope they don't try to eat daddy milk.
That's gross. Come on.
No.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
That was funny.
Mike Ortiz, I had to drink goat milk when I was a kid because he couldn't drink regular milk. I hear that a lot. People that are usually lactose intolerant can drink goat milk because it's a lot less lactose.
Right.
I've tried that other milk. What is it called? That coconut milk? Or not coconut milk.
Almond milk?
Almond milk. There you go. I tried that one, especially when I was actually trying to lose a lot of weight. I drank that, but I had to mix it with something, not just by itself. It had to be with something.
Right.
See, all those different kind of milks, like soy milk, almond milk, you have different brands make them better. Like the Silk brand makes pretty good soy, almond, like all the coconut milk. That's pretty good. I don't drink it anymore, but I used to.
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to keep my carb levels down really low.
I got a question.
10 to 15 carbs a day.
How do you milk an
that's
almond?
What now?
How do you milk an almond?
Yeah, I don't know how to milk an almond, but I don't drink almond milk anymore. Too many carbohydrates.
Yeah,
Almonds, people think like almonds are like this healthy thing. It kind of is healthy, but it's not healthy for your environment because they need so much water, and they grow in California where they have to pipe in water. It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, and it's hard on the bee population as well.
Yeah, that's true too.
We have a neighbor that raises bees commercially, and he lives here in town, but he raises he brings his bees here for part of the year, but most of the year he has them over on the east side of the state because the White Mountains over there have more floral life and stuff like that the bees can feed on. And then he hauls all of his bees to California to pollinate the almond groves and stuff, and it's just crazy, man. It's a lot of stress on the bees.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty cool though that he travels around with them.
Yeah, I get some of my I get a lot of my honey from him. I get my beeswax from him, and It's good stuff, man. I love his honey. And we take I go out in my yard and I pick dandelions out of my yard and I infuse it into the honey. And oh my gosh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Do you ever make dandelion tea with that?
I have once, about 5 years ago, I did. All I remember about it is it had a real nutty flavor that was really interesting.
It's really a healthy drink. I'll do that with some mint leaves and stevia leaves.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and I did in mine. I think I got the nuttiness because I put some of the root in there as well. I ground up the root.
I think that's a good way to make the tea, though. You want the whole root and the flower and everything.
Okay.
It's
interesting.
I like it. That's great, man. It's so funny because I was born in Manhattan, but we've had ranch and horse farms, and farms and ranch and whatever, a bunch of animals, chickens, goats, cows, pigs. So I was always, back and forth from like going off and like living on the farm and doing like really hard work and then going into the city.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
That was funny.
So, Lars, let me ask you, what part of the country are you in now?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. Oh my gosh! So are you near? Every year Cigars International does Cigar Fest.
Yeah, I did it with them last year, I think.
Are you are you near that area?
I'm about 40 minutes away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to be at Cigar Fest in October. They rescheduled it because of COVID. I'm going to be there.
We'll hang out. Just call me. We'll hang out.
We have to.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm minutes away from it. It's not even an hour away from me. It's real close.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, we'll be definitely hanging. I'll be the last time I went over there to the Cigar Fest, I was driving my my Lincoln Continental that I camoed. And people were standing in front of it, taking pictures of it, and then taking pictures with themselves. And groups of the cigar guys were all like taking pictures in front of my car.
Oh, wow.
Okay, wait a minute.
You know where you drive up in front of the hotel where you're not supposed to park?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just paid the guy over there, and he let me park there every day.
Oh my gosh! I saw your car. I remember seeing your car there last year. That's crazy.
Yep. And isn't that true? It's a camo Lincoln Continental.
Yeah, I didn't know it was your car. That is crazy, man.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm surprised you've seen it.
I wish I would have seen you then, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, we could have definitely hung out. My girlfriend was up there too. Lindy was there.
Okay.
She knows a lot of the people in the cigar business. She's been smoking cigars since she was like, before I ever met her. She started smoking when she was like 10 years old, a year later than me.
Wow.
She smoked cigars all the time too. And the girl Alessandra, who I'm working with now too, she's a singer. She smokes cigars more than me.
Really?
First thing in the morning at breakfast, she's smoking a big Churchill cigar.
Oh my gosh.
And literally all the girls I'm around all smoke cigars. It's great.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And Lindy's very. I started teaching her how to roll cigars like a long time ago. So started teaching her how to roll cigars and all sorts of shit.
I took a picture of your car last year. I've got to dig.
There it is. Now you see what I'm doing. It's true, right? Everybody's like coming around, taking pictures of themselves. I bought that car. This is the craziest part. I bought that car for $900. $900. And then I'm really against buying expensive cars and new cars. I did it a couple times. I think you can get a great luxury vehicle. I don't like spending more than $1,000. Come here, baby. Come here. Come on in 1 second. So this is Alessandra. She's the one who smokes cigar all the time.
Hello, Alessandra.
Oh my God.
No, you don't look crazy,
Let
baby.
me put my hair down. Hold on.
And we got a TikTok on her that's getting some real play now too. That's really funny.
Oh, nice. There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Was she the one that was playing that was singing and playing the guitar last time that you were on live?
What now?
A couple days ago? A couple days ago, I seen you playing live with her. I don't know.
Oh
if
yeah,
that
Alessandra was singing and
Yes.
playing. Yeah, she's an amazing singer.
Yeah.
You cannot
I was
imagine.
watching.
Come here.
I was watching.
All right. What's up? Wait. What is everyone's names?
So I'm
Robert
Vic.
next to me. I'm Caesar.
Okay.
And Vic.
Hello.
Want to sing a couple songs, a couple little things, couple riffs? Go ahead.
All right.
Sing,
All right.
sing a song for us.
We'll move it up. Yeah, you want to get the guitar and do it?
All right. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, hang on 1 second.
I'm in my damn pajamas.
Here. Okay, let you get in there.
This is awesome. This is so awesome, man. Oh, look at that guitar. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funky guitar. All right. Let's do this here. Soon as I walk in, you'll feel my presence out of this world. My light is blinding, frequency higher than what you used to. Out of this world, no, you can't find me, yeah.
That is awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole,
Yeah, do it.
I was just doing a little sneak preview, y'all. But, thank you for letting me have you here.
Caesar, you got to send me that video. You got to send me that link to that video.
It's on his Facebook.
On his
Yeah, it's
Facebook.
live.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a
he
live
went live.
Facebook.
I
love you.
that's cool, man. That is really cool.
She's awesome, right?
Yeah.
A beautiful voice.
Oh my God. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. And she writes all her own songs. She produces it. I'm teaching her how to play guitar now. I'm teaching her how to play drums. I'm going to have her playing like a bunch of different instruments and be able to do her own thing. I don't when I work with artists, I'm teaching them how to play stuff or that kind of stuff. I don't like to tell them exactly what. I like to teach them like some basic theory and give them basic stuff so that they get the structure so they can play their own songs.
Okay.
And then let them develop their own style of playing.
Sure.
That way they really have their own style. It's a much better way to do it, and then you're not like a copy of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you're letting people grow and kind of have their own innovation. And also by teaching her how to play instruments, it's letting her be able to have control over her own sound, her own production.
Yeah.
Too many people want to come in and then take over and make it their vision instead of the other person's vision.
Right.
Yeah.
She got a great voice, man.
Yeah, she's amazing. Super talent, very hard worker. She's great.
That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, I've been a drummer all my life. I started playing drums in third grade. I played in symphonic bands, marching band. I grew up playing metal. I've been a metal drummer most of my life, and yeah, I mean music hits home for me. Music is my passion.
What kind of metal did you listen to?
So in the 80s when I was playing the most and everything, it was all the Van Halen, Motley Crue, all that stuff, and then I just started graduating heavier and heavier. So I listened to extremely heavy stuff, but I listened to a lot of jazz. Today I was listening to Count Basie. So I mix it up. I'm all over the place, but really what I like to play is metal.
What was the harder stuff that you listened to? Like Megadeth,
Megadeth, Metallica,
Sepultura?
Sepultura. I was a big Sepultura fan for a while.
Great band.
Yeah, oh, they're crazy, man. They've just got such a raw style.
They're amazing band. I love those guys. The two guitar players have like a little side project too that they play like Latin guitar stuff that's so mind-boggling. It's just crazy.
Really?
Yeah, like flamenco and like really Latin strumming style. It's just insane, like Latin classical guitar thing. They have a little band together.
I would love to hear that. I'm gonna have to look it up. That because I love that. They're is
really great. They're really great. Like, were you at all into the Soundgarden and that kind of stuff too, or not really?
I for a little while I got into Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, and that stuff, but that really wasn't my style. By then I was starting to do heavier stuff, and I was starting to explore music more. So I was really starting to get more. I listened to a lot of classical music, but you know that whole thing that happened in the 90s, some of it was okay, but for the most part, I wasn't too much into it.
I got you. Yeah, I like I'm aware of mostly because I'm friends with the actual people, but I work with a lot of the metal bands and stuff like that for a long time.
Gee whiz, that's cool.
But I was the weirdest thing was I was really more into rap. That's what I was really doing since I was a young kid.
Really?
Yeah, since I was like a little kid, I was doing rap music. Before it was called rap. Before it's MCing. So when I was like 15, I also was doing some DJ stuff. Really, like 13 and 14 and 15, I really got into really like rapping and DJing at the same time, and then I put out a record with a guy named Henry Stone. That was the first one I did, and then I did. I had like 4 hits with CBS Records.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Under Boy.
Man, you've done everything. That's insane.
It was just funny because it was like rap music, and it's so crazy. Like 2 years ago, I started getting. I put out an album when I was a teenager too, called "Getting Sicker," and that was under Lars Tetens. My rap name at that time was Boy. It went from Boy to Frosty for about 20 years, and then I was just rapping under Lars Tetens, just regular.
So do you travel around with your band and do shows and stuff? Yes.
Wow. And it's basically a rap act. It's not like and I'll play a little lead guitar in it or something like that, but it's mostly like rap stuff,
Do you have some of that on your Facebook page as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I break into rapping while I'm doing my little live Facebook things.
Oh, wow. How often do you go live?
Every few days now. I just started a little bit, but every few days I've been like just going live. I'm basically me and Alessandra, this other girl Amanda sometimes, and then my girlfriend will probably be getting in on it this week.
That's awesome.
That's when I first started doing promotions was with rap music. I did it since was it 97 or 96 or 95? Well, actually 95 to 2002 when I was doing promoting. That's how I started my whole promotions career. Was with rap music with a recording.
That's amazing.
Studio. Yeah, it was a recording studio called Dope House Record. With I guess the main guy that was the rapper there was South Park Mexican. But in 2002, everything stopped when he got locked up and went to jail and still there for, I think he's supposed to do like 25 years.
Wow.
That's not good for a career in music.
No, it's not. It destroyed his career. He had just
that's a terrible idea for your music career.
Yeah, he had just signed with the Universal Studios whenever I was there, and he did his first, I think, 1 or 2 records there with them, and that was it. He went to prison.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
How about Bobby Shmurda?
Bobby Shmurda. What is it?
Shmurda. It's really, really crazy. So he had this this song out that was like a big hit, and in the rap song he was rapping about like the murder that these guys had just done 2 weeks before that. But the guy that did all the murders, and he's pointing to them saying that he's did this stuff because it was part of the rap, and everybody went to prison. Well, like half of life in prison.
Wow.
He's just getting out like this year. I think he's been in for like 8 or 9 years now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, what an idiot.
Yeah. Great song though. But I don't think those guys would have, they're all excited to be in this big music video. All of them went to jail within like a week. They were It's the craziest thing, man. Crazy.
Gee whiz.
I've been doing, like, if you look on YouTube, there's a video called Nugget. I think it's up. A couple of different people have it up. But that was like really what trap music is today, and I did that about 30 years ago.
It's called Nugget?
Yeah.
And is it by you?
Yeah, I wrote it, and I have actually the original partners in my cigar company, Teshu and Masashi. They were both in it too. Teshu was playing drums, and then Masashi was playing bass. I'm playing guitar and rap.
Mm-hmm.
But it literally is what rap music is today.
Wow.
I was just doing it. I was doing it a long time ago.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've been doing rap since I was a kid. I started because when I was really started doing like some DJing stuff and playing some like basically basement parties and stuff like that. You maybe you get $40 or $50 to play, and then you would have to pay $20 or $25 to a hype man to stand there and hype you up. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm only getting 40 or 50 bucks, and I got to pay $20, $25. No, I'll do that myself. I was just being cheap. So I just like, oh, I can talk about myself. I don't need a hype man. I'll save the money for me. And so then I like did a little bit of that, and then people seemed to like it. So I was just like kept doing more rapping over the music and making little beats, and people like it. And then this guy who was a DJ on BLS in New York City, you guys probably don't know, but if you look it up, there's like the hip hop radio station back in the day well, it still is, but back in the day it was the hip hop radio station in New York City. I was renting an apartment from him. He had apartments in these high rise, and he was my landlord. And I would do clubs and block parties in Harlem all the time, but I was only the white kid who did it. And so he used to say all the time, but like insulting me, not like complimenting me. He said, "Lars, you're not really a talent. You're really not like a musician. You're not an artist. You're ruining like music. This is what's going to destroy music." And he said, and like guys would hang out on the street corners and talk to each other, or if you're even at home or whatever on a party, it would be like rapping to each other. You'd rap, and like they would kind of insult these guys on the street talking with you, hang out. They're rapping, like they rap with each other. Rap. So he said, "You're just a rapper. Like I talk over this," and he would constantly say that, and then tell other people that I was friends with a lot of all the club owners and everybody in Harlem because I played there all the time in the Bronx. I was the only white person in the whole place.
Wow.
And doing rap music, and my shit was hard, man. I was always doing like gangster rap shit right from the beginning. Well, everybody else was doing party rap. And Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, those guys had me opening up for them back in the day in Harlem.
Wow.
And when Sugar Hill Gang did their first tour in Europe, they were my opening act. I had Michael Jackson open up for me. I had a whole bunch.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay. Wait a minute. You had Michael Jackson open for you in Europe, or where at?
Yeah, in Europe, when he was doing Off the Wall album.
Off the Wall. That's crazy, man. That is so crazy.
I did a lot of crazy shit.
I played in a band years back called Scapegoat, and this was in the 90s, and we got signed to a small label. We did one album. Wasn't even a full-length album. I think it only had 5 or 6 songs on it, and I was getting all excited. We were there were a couple of small magazines writing about us and stuff, and then the band fell apart. But we did some this. I don't even know how to describe the music we did. It was rock, but it had our singer was a Mexican guy, and he almost talked more than he sang, but and he kind of did some rap, but the stuff we did was just ahead of its time. It was really odd at the time. And then I guess the closest thing to it that came out after that was Limp Bizkit. Now, Limp Bizkit,
that was a great band. If you and you were playing in a band like that,
our stuff was similar to Limp Bizkit, but it was
awesome.
It had more of an eclectic sound, and no two of our songs sounded the same. You could listen to any of our songs and think that it was a completely different band.
Wow.
But Limp Bizkit came out, and we were like, wow, this is really kind of what we've been doing, but we weren't getting any recognition for it.
Oh, man. I love that sound. That sound is so cool.
Yeah, those were good times, man.
Yeah.
I went to Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and I went there in 88, 89, and I thought music was going to be my career. I was gung ho. Everything was music for me, and I ended up getting a girl pregnant, and that pretty much put the brakes on the whole thing.
I got you. Listen, once you have kids, man, that's your life right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be a male stripper.
Fat Tuesday.
Caesar was hoping you were going to join that down under, that Australian male stripper group.
The Thunder from Down Under. Yeah.
Thunder from Down Under. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man.
What?
I can't read it. What is?
You can't hate them.
Limp Bizkit, yeah.
Hey, you still follow your dreams.
Adam's saying he used to listen to Limp. Yeah, and Limp Bizkit only had a couple songs that I really liked, and that had that. I was always gravitated to that just real heavy, chunky sound and stuff, and we were doing that, but just the timing was off, and the band, we had a lot of inner turmoil and stuff, so we kind of defeated ourselves at the worst time, because we were really starting to make a splash, and but that's how it goes.
Well, send me your email. I'll send you some WAV files or MP3s, and you can send me some of yours too. I'd love to hear it.
Absolutely.
Very cool. I had a little band. I'll send you the MP3s from. It was called Precious.
Precious.
And it was like a metal punk band.
Yeah, I just found one of those videos. It says Nugget by Precious69.com.
Yeah.
That's your Nugget song?
Well, yeah, that's not the really hard one, but yes, it's the trap sound.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, but you'll
jam out to some Limp Bizkit every once in a while. I'll jam out to it.
So if you want to see something really funny, I'm like in one of my kind of metal bands. Look up a song called under Lars Tetens called Time, Time.
Time, okay.
Yeah, and
would that
I
be
have
on
dreadlocks in there.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
Yep, and my ex-wife is playing rhythm guitar in there. She has dreadlocks too.
Okay.
I'm still good friends with my ex-wife. She's an amazing person. Really brilliant guitar player.
Was that when you had dreads?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the pictures I saw, I think it was on your website. You're rolling a cigar, and it looked like you had dreads in that, and I was like, that's not the same guy. You look totally different in it. Your hair was kind of black. It had some black in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was you on there, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I had dreadlocks a few different times in my life. Sometimes they were short. Sometimes they're all the way down my waist. Sometimes they're like halfway.
Wow.
I had all different dreadlocks. And I had cornrows for about 9 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I had cornrows for a little while, just for about 2 weeks.
Aren't they comfortable?
It took me a little while to get used to sleeping on them, but I liked how much because I was the same way. I had hair down to my butt, and I liked how it kept all my hair, out of the way and stuff.
Well, so this is why I started doing cornrows. So I started losing a lot of hair on the top of my head, and so I only had a little bit of hair up here. So I took all my hair from back here long, and I called it my corny row over. And I brought it all down over like this. And it looked like I had hair for about another 10 years. I know hair. I called it my corny row over. And then until I was like losing so much hair, I couldn't keep them tied up on the front anymore. Then I just shaved all and kept a mohawk, a pink mohawk in the back. Shaved all the top, just had the back mohawk pink. And a pink beard.
A pink beard. Yeah, I saw some pictures of that too. That's pretty much what I did. I started losing my hair, and I tried to. I was in denial for a while, and finally I shaved it and went bald.
Yeah. Listen, I just thought, well, this is hilarious. If I'm losing my hair, I'm going to make it funny.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
That's why I started growing a mullet.
Yeah.
I can't grow a mullet because all right here, I don't grow that much hair. It's falling out. So it would be a horrible mullet. Oh my gosh.
So Rob, you said that you've started getting a little bit of hair back from my shampoo?
Yes. And like I said, I didn't know if it was a prank for my wife, but like I wrote it and I said, I got home and I went to hug my wife. As I bent down, she said, "Oh, you're growing hair on your bald spot." And I was like, yeah, real funny. And she was like, "No, seriously." And I'm like, so I look, and the only thing I use on my head other than, regular, because I use a bar soap, but like when I'm doing my beard with the beard wash, all the excess, however you say it, that's on my hands, I just put on my head. So if that's working, then that's some miracle growth,
Well, the reason why that it's doing that is because my beard wash has a high amount of jojoba oil in it, and jojoba oil will go down into your follicles and it'll clean out old residual soap, dirt, whatever. It'll actually clean out your follicles and stimulate hair growth. It works for some people. It doesn't work for other people. So when you said that, I was like, wow, that's awesome, man. Because I've had people say that their beard started coming back in from my beard.
Yeah, I can tell my beard's grown longer, but the whole head thing, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna scrub it raw.
Yeah, stop using bar soap, man. Just use my beard wash.
That's it.
He should just do one side on the head just to see what's happening.
No,
That would be funny.
I'm going all in. I'm scrubbing.
That would be funny.
I'm going in. I mean, I'm gonna buy just one bottle and just use that whole damn bottle, just sitting there scrubbing it all day long.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Brian Woodward is asking, where did Lars say he goes live?
On Facebook.
On my Facebook. It'll be a black and white picture of me and Lindy, my girlfriend. She's smoking a cigar.
So I'm gonna add you as a friend. It'll come from Vic and Pam.
Oh, okay, cool.
When you see it, that's my wife, and
very cool.
You'll see some pictures of our farm and stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool. I'll check it. So I've got a buddy, Adam, in the chat room. He lives in York, Pennsylvania. How far from you is that?
I'm about 2 hours east of York.
2 hours east. Okay.
I like York. Red Lion, PA is right next to it, and that area is pretty cool.
So, do you watch any sports?
No.
No sports.
No, I never really watched any sports. Yeah, I work so much. If I'm not working, I'm spending quality time with my girlfriend.
There you go. Yeah, Adam says yes. He goes to Red Lion a lot.
Yeah, I like that area.
Yeah, so you're right in his neck of the woods. Oh man, so we gotta meet up in October for sure. That'll be
100%.
awesome.
We'll definitely meet up.
That'll be cool.
There's a state park right in Red Lion that I love. It's like out across the bridge. There's a state park. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's right in that Red Lion area, and it's just beautiful. I'll stop over there and work out for a little bit and hang out in the park. Pretty cool.
Oh, he says years ago, Red Lion used to have some cigar factories.
I know. That is really true.
Yeah, that whole area, as far as the cigar industry goes, that whole area up there is history. You know, there's so much stuff has been done up there, and our American cigar community really started up there.
You know what's really funny? In the early 1900s, you know where Utica, New York is? Anybody?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
There's parts of Utica, New York that are pretty cool and nice, and then the rest of it's like the armpit of America. It's great. They got little stupid criminals out there. I cannot even tell you. They're always on YouTube doing some stupid thing, and they're like, it's one of the most dangerous or worst city. I don't know, it's something like that, with crime or some crap and dumbest criminals. But yes, but in Utica, they really had a ton of cigar stores. I mean, cigar factories, and the majority of Cuban cigars were being manufactured in Utica, New York.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Interesting.
I did not know that. So they were bringing Cuban tobacco up there and then rolling them up there and stuff?
Yeah. All Cuban tobacco up in Utica, New York. It was incredible. That is the early 1900s. There were so many factories all around that area and a ton of factories right in Utica.
Wow, that's cool.
That's probably Well, they have the Fort Schuyler Club. That's a private club up there. I really like that place. That's good. That's good. I destroyed that place, though. Listen, I love the Fort Schuyler Club, but they never had women. Were never allowed. And the first girl who was ever went in there was Masashi, my partner. And she gave a lecture on how to light cigars and how to care for cigars and smoke cigars.
Oh, wow.
At the place. Yeah, the manager got fired after that for even letting her in there. I think she was maybe 13 or 14 at the time. He gave like this lecture on cigars to all these old guys.
So is it a private cigar club?
No, it's just a private club. You could smoke cigars everywhere.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the private clubs, they only recently changed over to like having cigar clubs now in their clubs. You used to be able to smoke everywhere.
Right.
You know, like the Union League in Philly, you could smoke all over the place. The Yale Club in New York, you could smoke all over the place. But all those places.
So what's your impression of what's been going on with the cigar industry as far back as the cigar boom in the 90s and just everything that's transpired in the industry?
You know, I really don't try to get too much involved in all that stuff.
Right.
I don't want to get my head messed up with like the business of the business, because I think if you're going to create some kind of great product, I want to be able to focus on manufacturing like the best cigars and creating like the best products. And the business part, yeah, I never really handled that part of the business. Like Masashi, my ex-partner, girlfriend, she really ran the company. She ran the business. Okay. And she really handled all that. And now Alan is doing that.
So where's your stuff manufactured now? Is it down in Nicaragua or?
Yeah, in Esteli.
Okay. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, you know, we had a pretty big factory in upstate New York for a long time. And that was like, everybody, I trained all the rollers. So we had like sometimes 2 or 3 generations of rollers rolling for me.
Wow. And are you pretty fluent at rolling cigars yourself?
I started rolling when I was 15. And I rolled, you know, all my original cigars I rolled myself.
Wow.
I'll send you guys some. I have some stuff left over from like 79 and 80.
Really?
Oh my God!
I have it all the way through, but I have like some sticks that I'll send you the ones I roll. Like
wow,
in 79, 80, 81.
That is cool.
Yeah, I was doing it was just, you know, it was my passion, and it's always been my passion. I never listen. In the beginning of my cigar business, I didn't have any bands. I didn't have boxes. I was rolling cigars, put them in plastic bags, and nobody even knew my name. They just called me White Boy. Okay, so in the beginning, I was telling the story, and I forgot to tell you the rest. So in the very beginning, when they first started selling my cigars, like all the cigars were about 25 cents to the most expensive, about 50.
Wow.
And then like my cigars were in this, and they had like a whole front store counter of like all their cigars, and then they had like a little humidor sitting on top of the thing, and that little humidor they just wrote on cardboard and like, you know, magic marker, White Boy Cigars. And those cigars were $10 a piece.
Wow.
And then when people would go like, oh, why are these $10? And like all the other rollers were in the back room, they would put me, whenever I came in there and was rolling, they put me right in the front so everyone could see the White Boy roll cigars. Like I was a little monkey. And I was a little circus act, you know. And they would say, why is it $10 these cigars? And it's the White Boy. He rolls the cigars, a White Boy. Like, can you believe it?
Wow.
And so they really didn't know my name. And then the guy, one of the guys who works, he runs one of the divisions of Ashton, at the time when he was a young kid, him and another guy had a cigar store in New Orleans. And they were coming up and buying my cigars out of the factory, and they would see me roll cigars. So now he's an older guy, and I'm an older guy, and he's like, he always, I remember you when you were like 15 years old rolling cigars in that front of that place. Put me out in the front, white boy.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
And then the cigar little factory that was right on 30th Street, like just one avenue over, that guy Sanchez, he started teaching me how to roll cigars. He owned that place. And it was really funny because there would be, I would roll like 50 or 60 cigars, and he'd come over and he'd pick the cigar up and he'd smoke it, and he'd be like, oh, this is terrible. And then he'd pick up all the cigars I rolled and throw them in the garbage. And as soon as in the room, the manager would come over, pick all those cigars back up, and then put them in the counter and sell.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Listen, Sanchez always said I was a terrible blender, but at the end of a year, both those factories were both only using my cigar blends.
Wow, that's impressive. That is really impressive.
And even then, he never would compliment me ever. I loved him. He was great. He was like, amazing teaching me any of that stuff. So, but it was just hilarious the way he would always talk shit about anything I did. But he just always trained me. I was like, I was always loyal and there for him anytime he needed me. And I never took any money. I didn't even know you could make money doing this. I was just having fun. I rolled cigars for everybody. I wasn't making any money. I did all the blends and didn't make any money. And then other cigar factories asked me to come in to make blends for them, and I was doing it all the time. I didn't even know it was a job. So it wasn't until my 20s that like one of the guys in the factory said to me, "Hey Lars, we should have been paying you for all these blends you're making for us." And I'm like, "You can make money at this?" And it was like, yeah, we should have been paying you all along, and then he paid me for the blend. And I was like, oh, okay, this is a job. I was just honored that they would even let me do it. I mean, it was crazy. I was just like, wow, I'm just a stupid kid letting me blend tobacco for him. Like, that's great. That's like the biggest. That was like such a big honor to me. I didn't care about anything, and that was better for me than anything else. So
right.
I just fuck. That was awesome. I didn't realize it was even a job.
So Mike asks, what is your favorite cigar right now?
Like this moment?
Well, yeah, in general, what cigar do you gravitate to the most right now?
Okay, so I really don't like have a very specific thing. It really just depends. From the beginning of the morning, whatever I feel like smoking, I'm going to smoke. And it could be mild, it could be a full bodied, it could be medium cigar. It's just whatever I feel like smoking at that moment. Or,
Yeah, that's pretty much how I am as well.
Yeah. I don't really try to like define myself by what I'm smoking at that moment. Because it changes all the time. And I like to try out my friends' cigars and stuff, like I have a lot of friends in the industry and they'll hook me up with their cigars and they're great stuff.
Yeah, that's
Bleacher says he's got to go, but he says, great show tonight, guys. Lars, you're an awesome dude. Thanks for sharing your stories. Very interesting.
Thank you very much. It was great hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, this was a really cool show. It was so interesting hearing all this stuff and learning the stuff about CBD and stuff. I'm really surprised at how much I learned.
Well, this was a really fun time. I enjoyed it a lot, and I look forward to like doing more of these with you guys.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Here, we'll do it again.
Very cool. And I'm sure, one of the next one we'll have like, you guys want to have one of the girls or a couple of the girls do some songs.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Liven the show up. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
We're the only show that's had a couple live performances that I know.
I know.
Two in one night.
Well, Lars, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It really means a lot to us, man.
Thank you, guys. And it was really awesome. This was a really great time. Send me addresses and I'll send you out a nice little gift packages.
Oh, definitely. I will.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a very big pleasure for us to having you on the show.
It was a pleasure for me too. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you, brother.
Take care.
Have a great evening. Love you.
You too.
You too.
Hey, everybody! There it is. That was Lars Tetens, man, and wow, what a show! That was pretty cool.
That was real cool.
We almost went 2.5 hours, man, and it felt like it went fast.
It was, yeah, it did. I think that time I was like, what? 2 hours already? Man,
Awesome.
Time flies when you're having fun, man.
All right, guys. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and hanging out and spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. Make sure you check out the Smoking Lead channel. Check out Caesar. And they're getting ready to release a review on a cigar that I did. And they had a very different experience from me. And that's all I'm going to say on it right now.
Yeah, stay tuned in our channel, Smoking Lead. It should be coming out. Hopefully everything goes well. I should be releasing the review on Monday night.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Guys, thank you for hanging out. Love you guys, and God bless.